great one between the Green Bay Packers and the Seattle Seahawks. Winner go home is the mantra, and off we go. We're underway in this NFC wildcard game. And here comes a return from a few steps into the end zone. And he will be brought down here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17. Here's Walker to start the drive. And he'll take this one up to about the 23. The game's first play produces 6 yards. Brings up second down.
Good running right there. And this is a man who was a 1,000-yard rusher in the regular season, so you know he's going to get his chances. And he picks up nice yardage on that one.
The last run got 6. Now 2nd and 4. Sticking with Walker on second down. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. Call that a loss of a yard, and things get a little more difficult here, 3rd and 5.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
Here's Wilson. Going for Metcalf on the deep ball. A leap, and he's got it. He got it. And he'll be brought down at about the 23-yard line. Pretty good play by both the thrower and the catcher there, Charles. 3rd down. It showed a lot of... trust in his receiver.
And what I liked about the play was his receiver's understanding that everything wasn't on time back in the pocket. Rhythm was off a little bit. He adjusted as well and gave them a chance to complete that play.
He completes this to Walker. And he will reach the 8-yard line before going out. 15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another first down.
Boy, no problems getting down the field here on this opening drive. They've looked really sharp in the early going, and they've come up with some big plays already. Here's another. That's going to set up 1st and goal.
Here's Walker. And he is in for the Seattle touchdown. Kenneth Walker, an 8-yard touchdown run. And the Seahawks will strike first here in this wild card matchup. It finishes off the drive with a touchdown run, Charles. Remember, he also had a catch on this drive as well.
And that's what running backs want to be in today's NFL, a complete back. 3 down, stay on the field, run it, and catch it. And he gets it done.
Extra point up and through by Myers. And that makes the score 7-0. And here comes a return from the middle of the end zone. And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return. Rodgers will bring the pack up with a 1st and 10 at the 31-yard line. Off the play fake to Jones. Here's Rodgers. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. Charles, already trailing by touchdown early. This offense, how imperative is it for them to get points out of this drive?
Well, they feel like they have to go ahead and match because of what was already on the board against their defense. But I think even more so, you just want to avoid 3 and outs. You want to be able to stay on the field for a little while, let your defense catch their breath a little bit, even if you don't score any points.
And Rodgers is going to go down. He's sacked. Rodgers now, after the sack, he'll lead the pack up on 3rd and long. Rodgers now to throw. Flushed out right. And is this intercepted? It is. It's intercepted. And the Seahawks are going to take possession of the football. Well, we've seen quarterbacks get away with throwing the ball on the run, no doubt. But this, Charles, I think you'd agree, not the best of throws.
And listen, you're not always going to have a clean pocket to step up with the proper mechanics and deliver the football. I mean, that's a given. But you also have to understand your limits and know what you can get away with and what you can't when you're trying to make a throw like that.
Meanwhile, Wilson's throw into the hands of Fant. Stopped at the 24-yard line after a gain of 5. To throw again on second down. Wilson. And Walker has it. Gets past one man. And he takes it down to the 10-yard line. A nice pickup of 14, and it moves the stick, sets up a 1st and goal.
And remember, this drive started off following the turnover, and they've taken no time working their way down the short field. A nice connection there, and now they're looking at a 1st and goal.
Walker now on 1st and 10. And running room hard to come by here. He gets it down to the 8. Here's 2nd and goal, operating from the 8-yard line. Throwing is Wilson. And he will score. Touchdown, Seattle. Zach Wilson, an 8-yard touchdown run. And the Seahawks lead this now 13-0 here in the opening quarter of the ballgame. Myers connects on the PAT, and it's now 14-0. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. Well, from deep in the end zone, he's going to bring this out. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And they're in an early hole. The first drive, they threw the interception. That led to a touchdown, so decent-sized deficit early on.
It is, but I think you hit the key words, early on. So they have to decide, do we even need to change game plan, or do we just need to execute better and try and get back in this game?
From the 25 on 2nd down, Rodgers flush to his right. The ball comes out, but this will fortunately wind up out of bounds. What can't Aaron Rodgers do? The legwork there getting him the first. Offensively, they're just not playing a very clean football game right now. This deficit, there's a fumble. Good news for them, at least. That went out of bounds.
You're exactly right, and as they breathe a sigh of relief, you know they're looking at the scoreboard, thinking to themselves, if we turn it over there, things could really get rough for us trying to make a comeback in this game.
From the 39, Rodgers. He'll drop this underneath for Jones. And he'll go down right around the 47 this time. That one, a 1st down pickup of 8.
That was a pretty favorable situation there. What would you call that? 2nd and manageable? Smart play, too. Didn't force it downfield when he didn't have it. Just checked it down, let him get the 1st down, and that's exactly what he did.
Rodgers now on 1st down. Got a man over the middle, and it's complete. So from Seahawk territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 34. Now it's Rodgers. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
They're bringing a lot of pressure here already in the first quarter. Already sacked him once. Now they get in there and knock another one away. You think maybe that tuck rule being gone makes defenses a lot bolder?
Yes, indeed. That time, lucky that the arm was going forward. Incomplete pass. Rodgers will try again on 2nd down. Dancing to his left. Looking left sideline, incomplete.
As soon as I saw him break contain and get outside, my first thought and my eyes gravitated downfield, because nowadays, most of these quarterbacks, when they do that, they want the big play downfield. They don't want to throw it short. In this case, he took the shot. It fell.
And it's intercepted at the goal line. And the Seahawks will take over here at their own 12-yard line. Well, they tried to take their shot right there, but the ball hung up a little too long, and it's intercepted.
And when you describe trying to take their shot right there, usually the ball has to be thrown out a little bit more of a line. You just mentioned it. The ball hung up there. The reaction time of the defenders, they win the day and intercept it.
And he is in for the Seattle touchdown. Ken Walker with his second touchdown in this opening quarter. And the Seahawks continue to show why it pays to play at home in the postseason as they add on to their lead. Now Myers for the extra point. It's good, and before you know it, it's 21-0. 21-0, our score after one. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And we'll see a return here from the end zone. And they'll get him down right at the 25-yard line, so the same result, and he opted for the touchback. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. As the offense comes out here, Charles, remember they threw the interception last time out, but they were moving the football down the field. Looked like they were going to have a sustained drive that ended in points, but then the pick ensued.
And because of that, there's no way you can call the last drive a success. Yes, there are things to build on because they found some play calls that work. Now, they've got to build another drive and find a way to avoid the turnover that plagued it on the last one.
Rodgers with a give. It's Aaron Jones. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. Give him 10 there. Good enough for a Packer first down.
Exactly what they needed right there because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. On play action. Now Rodgers. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And this is caught inside the 5. Touchdown, Packers. A big play there. 56 yards. And the Packers are able to make some inroads here to that deficit. Crosby connects on the extra point, and they'll cut the lead to 21-7. Now after the touchdown, here's Crosby to kick it away. And this is going to be returned from the middle of the end zone. And he'll wind up getting a couple extra yards here for his trouble and bringing it out of the end zone as he's down at the 27. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. Well, partner, you know, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last drive, that was the case. One play to get into the end zone, and now they'll try to duplicate that success here.
And it's rare for those moments to happen. Incredible when they do. And you saw the celebration. Pure, unbridled joy after that one.
On second down, it's Walker. And he'll get about 3 here as he's out to the 30.
Well, that's a good start to this drive on the defensive side of the ball.
Forcing completion on first down. Then you're able to shut down the running play on second.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised now. A little bit of pressure going at the quarterback in an expected passing situation.
Throw out wide to Walker. And he's going to get this to the 31, but that is still well short of what he needed. On fourth down, ready to punt, Michael Dixon. This is taken at about the 14. Oh, eluding the tackle. It's a nifty return of 29 yards. And it'll be Packer football here. First down and 10. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. They trail early on the road in the playoffs. Not a great combination as they've got it first and 10. And I think that one might have been intercepted, but he will be ruled out of bounds. so this will go only as incomplete. So second down, still 10 yards to go. Ball on the 43. To throw, it's Rodgers. Finds his receiver, Watson. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. His second catch of this wild card game, and it goes for a first down.
But Charles, what a rookie season he had catching the football, over 1,000 yards on the year, and he comes through there with a nice grab.
And we've seen wide receivers in recent years come in and have big years right away. And you think about Justin Jefferson in 2020. 1,400 yards and huge impact on his team and on the league. This guy, he's following his footsteps as an impact guy here in year one. This defense is going to have to finish the job. There's still a second half that they have to play. But so far, an absolute total effort. They've disrupted the passing game, stressed the pocket for the quarterback. They forced him into errant throws. Everything they're doing has been executed well.
Now a first down carry by Jones.
He'll get it inside the 20. And a good-looking run there as he'll take this inside the 20 and down to the 18-yard line. So from inside the 20, here's first and 10 at the 18.
Into the red zone, it's Rodgers. Eluding the pressure right. And I think the ball's out, but this will get out of bounds, so possession will stay the same.
Second time he's fumbled in this game. Fortunate for him, this one goes out of bounds.
And the key for him now is how much equity have you built up with your coaching staff? How much equity have you built up with your team to continue to get opportunities? Fortunate that one went out of bounds, saved him from a turnover.
His second catch of this wild card game, and it goes for a first down.
That's a big league job there of getting out of the pocket, not panicking, and just buying himself some time. Then he made a good, accurate throw to set up first and goal.
First and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game.
Jones will score. Touchdown, Packers. So the rushing touchdowns continue to stack up, CD. That now 15 for him on the year.
And give him a ton of credit for staying healthy, being a smart runner, and is showing just how important he's been to his team. He's got to be their MVP at this point in the season, and those votes may even turn into league MVP votes when it's all said and done.
This will be brought out from the middle of the end zone. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. They've seen their 21-0 advantage cut to just 7, so time to go back to work here, first and 10. Now he's able to break through one tackle, but it slowed him down enough that he could only manage getting back to the line of scrimmage. So after the run for no gain, here's second and 10. Now Wilson. And the catch is made here. Oh, he put it on the carpet, a fumble. And the Packers pick it up. And he will bring this one back. A fumble return for a Green Bay touchdown. The pass receiver turned into a runner, then he turned into a fumbler, and it goes the other way for 6.
I love your description. Although for the offense, they're not too happy about it. But for the defense, what a big-time play for them. Never give up on anything. Sometimes you create your own points.
But the receiver, hard to fault him. He's just going for extra yard.
That's exactly what you're supposed to do, but you have to take care of the football.
A couple of teams locked into a good one here. 21 all the score as the kick's away.
And here comes a return from the middle of the end zone. And the decision to come out of the end zone is going to cost him 5 yards as he's taken down right at the 20. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. They've seen what was a comfortable 21-0 lead go completely by the wayside. Now 21. And this throw will be intercepted. And the Packers are going to take possession of the football. So they tried to take the deep shot there, but this defense up to the task.
And a lot of times when you air a ball out like this, if it does get intercepted, there's going to be a lot of space out there to set up a return. And remember, you've got 5 big offensive linemen out there playing on their feet in open space. Not a skill most of them possess. That allows for extra yardage on the return.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 as they line up 2nd and 10. Rodgers going to throw. And Rodgers intercepted a 3rd time. And the Seahawks are going to take over at their own 30-yard line. Well, this is just crazy. He's got 3 interceptions, Charles, and we haven't even departed the first half of this ballgame.
I think if you're looking at the stats right now, you're saying, all right, who's the leading receiver? Well, can you flip it around and say that maybe he is and could be?
Oh, that's into double coverage and intercepted. Picked off by Eric Stokes. And the Packers are going to take possession of the football.
A young quarterback, Charles, rolling to his right. And I know he's right-handed, but is that one that maybe a veteran sticks in his pocket?
I think so, but you have to remember with young quarterbacks, it may take a few years before they...
And he's got it. It's caught for a Packers touchdown. A 15-yard touchdown grab.
And the Packers have moved out in front.
Crosby with the extra point, and they will take a 7-point lead. After the made field goal, now Crosby will do the kickoff duties. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense.
And for this offense, Charles, you got to think kind of crucial here to put something together on this drive, because remember last time out they threw the interception on the very first play.
And you can't afford to let this defense keep building any more momentum. They're playing awfully well, and they're awfully confident right now. To me, it's time to attack and take some of that momentum back. But make sure you're selective in doing so. Understand where you want to throw the football and make sure it's open before the ball leaves your hands.
Deep ball for Goodwin.
And intercepted. Wilson's 3rd of the game. Picked off by Eric Stokes. And the Packers are going to take over at their own 30-yard line. Well, I'm not sure that the wheels, Charles, are coming completely off, but they're shaking a little bit. That's 3 interceptions, and now interceptions here on back-to-back drives.
And I think about what a Hall of Fame coach told me that he always told his teams, when a mistake happens, just move on to the next play. Let it go. Hard to do when you throw this many interceptions. That's exactly the attitude that has to be adopted.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. They'll try the right side with Jones. And he'll work this one up to about the 38. The Packers going to use one of their timeouts as the clock's going to stop with 47 seconds to go in half number 1. It'll be a nickel look here for the Seahawks on 3rd down. Shotgun now for Rodgers.
He's going to launch this deep for Watson.
And he's got it inside the 10. Touchdown, Packers. Aaron Rodgers, 3 first-half touchdown passes.
And the Packers will extend their lead in the final minute of the half.
Extra point up and good by Crosby. And the lead now up to 14. Now after the touchdown, here's Crosby to kick it away.
And this is going to be returned from the middle of the end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23.
Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway.
And with him down 2 scores, you wonder if they might try and put something together, even if it's just to get into field goal range.
That is taken in by the tight end Fant. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. From midfield now, here's Wilson. And for the fourth time tonight, it's an interception.
Picked off by Eric Stokes. And the Packers are going to have great field position here as this is returned just shy of midfield. But with the points that we've seen scored, neither defense has been at their best, but these guys, they've been a little bit better, Charles, and a nice interception there.
Yeah, you're right about that, Brandon. Let's face it. It's not always how you start, it's how you finish, right?
And for the fourth time tonight, it's an interception.
And the Seahawks are going to get it back here just past the 35. Well, Charles, so close to halftime there. You throw the interception. Not only that, you do give it to them in plus territory as well.
Yeah, they were pushing real hard to try and get something more on the board on their side of the ledger right before the half. Looking at it with 20/20 hindsight, though, might have been better to hand it off a few times, hoping to get something to break instead of putting the ball in the air and, of course, putting the ball in jeopardy.
And now here is another interception. Picked off by Jair Alexander.
And the Packers are going to get it back here just past the 35. Well, there's two sides to this coin. I mean, on one side, 5 interceptions now thrown for him. That's tough. But, man, this defense, they have been ball hawking and impressive. But, Charles, let's flip it back over. If you're coaching a quarterback that's struggling this much at this stage of the game, do you maybe try to get him out?
I would think about it, and I think about it awfully hard, but also...
And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by Jamal Adams.
And he will be brought down on what will be the final play of this first half.
So we come upon halftime here in this NFC wildcard matchup. As we'll send you back over to Orlando with our EA Sports Halftime Report, here's Jonathan Coachman. One of these two teams about to play their final half of the season as we're back at it in this NFC wildcard bout. And tackled at the 21-yard line, so a net negative there of 4 yards. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And they've been the better of the two teams through 2 quarters of play, much to the chagrin of this home crowd.
Yeah, this score is a surprise to a lot of folks at home, although not to my dad. He predicted the visitors would win. And maybe to the folks in the stadium. But you know who is not a surprise to, partner? This team with the football. They were very confident coming in.
Rodgers again here on 2nd and 10. He's going to go up top again. And now here is another interception. Picked off by Quandre Diggs.
And the Seahawks are going to take over at their own 30-yard line.
Pretty much everything went their way offensively in the first half, but now an interception on the opening drive of the 3rd quarter.
As we know, the key to everything here, don't get careless with the football. The problem is you've got to stay aggressive as well. So where's the line between being aggressive and attacking and being overly aggressive? I think they just crossed it on that one.
Up the middle they run. It's Walker. And room to run as he's up past the 35-yard line. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Here's Wilson. Going for Metcalf on the deep ball. And got his man complete. And all the way in. Touchdown, Seattle.
DK Metcalf.
64 yards.
And the Seahawks are back within a score.
Extra point up and through by Myers. And that'll cut the lead down to a touchdown. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes.
And this will be a touchback, so they'll bring it out to the 25.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. Pretty important 3rd quarter drive for them. Momentum has sort of shifted the other direction after that last touchdown as they nurse this small lead. The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26.
Rodgers' throw complete here on target to Tonyan.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. His first catch of this wild card game, and it's good for a first down. Shotgun now for Rodgers. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by Jamal Adams.
And the Seahawks are going to have it here just past the 25. They'll run with Walker to begin the drive.
And he'll push his way forward to about the 32.
119 yards for him on the ground now. He has been a tough man to bring down all night. Sticking with Walker on second down.
He lost 4 there, and it's third down.
Well, that was one of the few times they've been able to contain him thus far. He's over 100 yards for the game, but he lost a bit off his total on that carry.
And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. There's Wilson to throw. And this is caught, but I don't think he stayed in bounds. No, he didn't. It's incomplete. The throw took him past the boundary, and it's 4th. Now here's Michael Dixon as he'll kick it away for the second time. And this will be taken at the 13. A very good return that time. 18 yards.
And they will take over 1st and 10.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway.
Here comes another drive from this unit, and Charles, they're coming off a costly mistake on the last possession, an interception in a game that is very close right now.
Well, as we know, they all sting no matter what the situation, but in a one-possession game, that'll hurt a little bit more. But this is an excellent opportunity to make up for it on this drive. I just don't expect them to try and take huge gambles to make up that momentum in a hurry.
Give him a gain of 5 on the completion, and now we've got a 3rd and 3. Now Rodgers. Quick hitter here, it's complete.
And he is going to have a Packers first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
On 1st and 10, here's Rodgers. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
That sure looked like a nice call by the defense, and they're very cohesive in their coverage. As soon as he cut inside, they broke on the football and met him as the ball got there and forced the incompletion.
Going down the middle, and it's complete. And that'll wind up moving the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks' 24-yard line. On play action, it's Rodgers.
A throw complete to the tight end, Tonyan.
They'll get him to the ground at the 20 following a pickup of 4. And again, it's Rodgers. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down. Not his best throw there, but where we sit right now in the 3rd quarter, he's had a pretty good game throwing the football.
He certainly has, and it's not exactly at the point where we're doing 4-minute offense yet, but they've got to think about, I'm not going to say milking the clock, but understanding clock management here on out.
And the Packers are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
Picked off by Quandre Diggs.
And the Seahawks are going to take possession here. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 20-yard line. So a good drive with a bad ending, Charles. They move it down the field well. Cannot finish it off, though, as it's intercepted in the end zone.
Deflating, that has got to be the word here because they were sharp in moving it down the field. But sometimes you start thinking like a touchdown is a given, and it doesn't always work out that way as we saw there.
And he'll be tackled at the 23 after a gain of 3.
Give credit to the defense for stringing that play out, and they gave up no cutback angle. You know he was trying to dart through. No place for him to go. A nice job there, only giving up a 3-yard gain.
On 2nd and 7, Wilson escaping the pressure right. Call it a loss of 12 that time. And they're going to face an uphill battle here on 3rd and long. One quarter remains in this NFC wild card matchup. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. The Seahawks on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This will be 3rd and 19. Now Wilson going for Metcalf on the deep ball. And this will be incomplete. Boy, can you believe this? That one probably should have been picked too. Instead, it's 4th down.
Well, I think we were both wondering if we were going to see them try and push it deep downfield, facing a 1-possession deficit late, and they certainly didn't disappoint. They gave it an effort.
Now here's Michael Dixon as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. Taken from just outside the 30. And that's going to go in the books as a 55-yard punt. Well done. And out will come the offense as they take over. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And this a very important drive leading in the 4th quarter of this wild card game. But this one far from over as they start out here 1st down. Try to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. Flushed out right. Man open, here is Jones. And he's brought down inside the 20 at the 18-yard line.
They started this drive with terrific field position, and it's going to get even better after that play. Had great options with where they started, so they decided to press their advantage, and it paid off.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted.
Picked up by Trey Brown.
There he goes right side. Past the 20. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown.
Well, this secondary just continues to be a force. Multiple interceptions in this game, and now the pick 6.
And the thing about it is once you get an interception as a unit, you think to yourself, okay, we got that. How do we increase it the next time? Get the interception, do a little more damage, and there's your outcome right there. Take it to the house and break down what they're trying to do offensively.
They'll elect to bring it out here from the end zone. And he'll be dropped at the 21-yard line, so bringing it out of the end zone proves not a good decision, loses him about 4 yards.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway.
And it's all on the line now, all even in this wild card matchup, maybe their most important drive of the season coming up right now here, 1st and 10.
And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's 2nd down. Here's Rodgers to throw. He's going to try and go deep again. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
And now offensively it's 3rd and 10, and I'm just thinking to myself, actors always say, what's my motivation before a big scene? Right now the play caller's thinking, what have I done before that's worked well that I can go to right now?
Yeah, because they were pretty successful. And eventually taken down here. Great coverage downfield. Uchenna Nwosu, his 2nd sack of the night. Here's Pat O'Donnell now as he's on to punt for the first time tonight. Now it's Lockett. So possession goes over here on the punt. And it'll be Seahawk football, 1st and 10. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. Excellent job by their defense to force the punt and provide them with this opportunity, all tied in the 4th quarter. Now on 2nd and 13. Wilson going for Metcalf on the deep ball. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
And not an easy spot here. They'll be in search of 13 yards to try to pick up the first.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And this is going to be intercepted.
Picked off by Eric Stokes.
And the Packers are going to take possession of the football and give him now 4 interceptions in this game. That's only the 3rd time this has been done since the year 2000.
I think that tells you how much better teams have gotten at throwing the football. If you go all the way back to 1960, 12 times before that, there have been guys who got 4 interceptions or more in a game. I mean, most recently since 2000, Delta O'Neal and D'Angelo Hall.
To throw again on 2nd down. Rodgers, flush to his right.
Over the middle here, it's hauled in by Watson.
And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. That one covers 24 yards. It's a 1st down. Now Rodgers. Eluding the pressure right. And this is going to be intercepted. Jonathan Abram picks it.
And the Seahawks are going to have the football here at their own 18-yard line. Well, they were in a great position to take the lead, Charles. Obviously, all they needed was a field goal to do that. They wanted the touchdown. Unfortunately, they're going to get neither.
And you know every offense talks about the same thing each week, don't they, Brandon? They want to end every drive with a kick, whether it's a field goal attempt, a point after the touchdown, or worse, a punt. This time they had that opportunity but didn't get it because you know the field shrinks that close to the end zone, and that allows the defense to tighten up their coverage, and they pick that one off.
Back to Walker on 1st down. And he maneuvers up the middle for 3, and it's 2nd down.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Wilson. And this is going to be intercepted. Adrian Amos with a pick.
And the Packers are going to have great field position here as this is returned just shy of midfield.
The number 7 usually lucky here. Not for him. 7 picks he's thrown in this game. That's only happened 6 times since 1960.
And I know that the most recent time it happened, the guy who threw him, he had won a Heisman Trophy in college, so sometimes you just have a lousy game. Doesn't necessarily mean it's a bad career, but when you're talking about one game, 7, you're right, not lucky at all.
Yeah, Ty Detmer, the last to do it in 2001, to throw 7 picks. Now a 2nd down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete. Fair to say the secondary play, whichever side you're on, hasn't really been a glowing exhibition so far, but a nice job there to prevent a long completion.
I agree with you, but at some point, someone had to make a play and try and stop this exhibition of almost speed racing that we've been watching, huh?
Yeah, it has been quarterback and receiver dominated. That 3rd down conversion good for 23. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. Throwing now is Rodgers. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
We know it's not an easy job to go out and catch passes when people are trying to tackle you and knock the ball away. But the bottom line is, that's a pass he's got to have and a pass he should have caught.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Rodgers. And this is going to be intercepted. Jonathan Abram picks it.
And the Seahawks are going to take over here at their own 22-yard line.
They'll start on the ground here on 1st down. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. Getting down to the good stuff. All tied with 2 minutes remaining on EA Sports. Throwing on 2nd and 14. Wilson. And he finds his target. It's Marquise Goodwin. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Wilson to throw. He lets it fly for Lockett. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Troy Pride. And the Packersons are going to take over at their own 28-yard line. Now Rodgers. He's going to launch this deep for Watson. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on 1st down, but he couldn't reel it in. These are the spots, this stage of the game, where it pays to have speed on the perimeter, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and in the second quarter, he may very well run by him, but in this situation, I know as a defender, I'm loosening up a couple of extra steps that allowed him to run with him stride for stride.
Rodgers to throw. Escaping the pressure right. And he's out of bounds, able to take this one up to the 35. Give him 7 there on the tuck and run, and they're in better shape now for 3rd. Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the 1st. To throw is Rodgers. And this is going to be intercepted. Jonathan Abram picks it. And the Seahawks will have the football as this is taken up past the 30. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. They need to get this around the 40 to have a chance to win it in regulation. From the 40, it's a 57-yard field goal, so that gives you a gauge.
And all they're trying to do now is pick up yardage in good chunks and get out of bounds to stop the clock. If they end up running a play and get tackled in bounds, they're worried the clock may run out on them and finish the game.
And they'll have to be careful how they handle this. Throwing now is Wilson. And that'll be knocked away. It's incomplete.
A little bit of a dangerous throw in a tie ball game because your job, make sure the worst thing that happens to your offense is that you go into overtime. That could have been a game changer there if he came down with that interception.
Here's Wilson. This complete to Lockett. And he'll be tackled on the other side of midfield at the 46-yard line. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 seconds to go in the game. A field goal from this spot likely out of the question. They've got to get closer here on 3rd down. Now Wilson. And this is going to be intercepted. Adrian Amos with a pick. And the Packers are going to take possession as they've got it at the 42-yard line. And we say it often, Charles, but not all interceptions are created equally, and that is a big one here in a tie ball game in the 4th quarter.
And, Brandon, when games are this close, it usually comes down to the team making the fewest mistakes, and that was one of our mantras back at Tennessee. Coach Mears used to say all the time, the team making the fewest mistakes will win. You've got to cut those down to give yourself an opportunity.
Work with me, partner. Take a deep breath because that's what they're doing down the field now. That incompletion allowed them to exhale a little bit. Get in the huddle, kind of scan the crowd, see if any celebrities are here. Relax a little bit as they start this big drive.
And this one incomplete. So the clock stopped now with 20 seconds remaining. The way he's throwing the football today, almost a surprise when he doesn't complete a pass like happened there, but he needs a few more to get his guys downfield.
Well, the way he's thrown it leads him to believe that he's going to get those completions, and that means the guys going out for passes, they'll run even harder because they expect it as well.
This defense looking impenetrable now. 3 straight incompletions. They're giving him nowhere to go with the football. Maybe a little frustrated back there?
Oh, there's no doubt about it. When you've missed on 3 straight, there's going to be some frustration. But now he's got to make sure that that frustration is temporary, not lingering. Big throw coming up.
O'Donnell, he's on to punt as he gets this one away. And this one hits at the 1, continues on into the end zone for a touchback. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. tie game, and barring something incredible here, we're likely headed to overtime.
What I would do is either hand it off inside or more likely to take a knee and let the clock run out. Because if I'm back there trying to throw and a sack happens, the ball comes free, I can lose the game here. If I get to overtime, I can still win it.
4 quarters not enough. We're all even, and to overtime we go.
How much fun is this for everyone who's watching the game? How much fun is it for us to see this one get an extra period to get settled?
Plenty of chills and thrills in this one, and more to come here as overtime will decide who moves on to the divisional round. And here comes a return from a few steps into the end zone. And this return will net positive as he gets past the 25 and up to the 27-yard line.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway.
And, CD, we get to see the debut of the brand-new postseason overtime rules. Now, as everybody is learning, both teams are going to be guaranteed an offensive possession. So they might get the ball first here, but a touchdown does not right away win the game.
And we saw many marker games along the way that sparked a lot of conversation. But the Buffalo-Kansas City game in the 2022 playoffs, that really brought about this rule change. What an amazing game, a true classic. Ended in overtime without Buffalo getting a shot with the football, and the people didn't like that at all. So starting this season, if you make the playoffs, you'll get a chance to answer if the other team scores first. And that way, you get a chance to keep a great game as well as your hopes alive as you chase the big prize.
A good opening drive so far here in overtime, looking to put the pressure on with a touchdown. It's 1st and 10.
They'll go again to Jones. Powers through it. And he's going to get this down near the 30-yard line.
84 yards rushing on 12 carries for him now.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. First throw of overtime for Rodgers. Trying to lay one up deep. Oh, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Jamal Adams.
And the Seahawks are going to have it with a chance to win the game here in overtime. That is just a gigantic interception here in overtime of this playoff game. And now, Charles, all they need is 3 to win it.
That's exactly right, because now one possession, one field goal gets it done. They force a lot of big turnovers in the regular season, Brandon, but none come bigger than that one right there. Here in the playoffs, they've got a chance to put this one away.
Now what can Wilson do here in the OT? Nowhere to go here. He lost the football, and the Packers pick it up. And he brings it back to the house. It's a touchdown, and in a crazy inning, a defensive score wins it.
The Packers are moving on as we say thanks for watching and so long.
So that'll do it for us. For Charles Davis and all our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. With that, we say good night from Seattle.
Yeah.